As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 118 of Running the Red Line. I'm your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. We must apologise.
Yeah. There's been riots. Literally, someone said, I can't remember who commented on my thing saying, "Where's the pod?" they couldn't. But I think that was literally those three words. Where's the pod?
Brilliant.
Is it to say what is this? What's going on?
Brilliant.
But yes, we are coming at you a little bit later
like
than
Cleopatra.
We are. What a band! Whatever happened to them, by the way. Do you know? I miss those days. You know, in pop music when they literally just sang the letters of their band name.
Yeah. CLEOPATRA.
Like literally, that was the bridge. Them singing their own name. Absolutely brilliant. Lovely stuff. But yeah, how are you doing? You're looking bronzed. You look like you've just been away?
Do you know what? It was probably hotter where we went than it was abroad. It was crazy. The weather was so good. Every day, just blazing sun all day. And yeah, fantastic. Beautiful scenery. Just, yeah, really good. Well, I should probably say I went down to Dorset for a week. And we were staying right smack bang in the middle of Portland, which is a little island off the bottom of Weymouth. So we were smack bang in the middle of that, which meant that every direction I went, it was only a couple of miles to the coast, and then I could run along the coast. I did far too many runs down to Portland Bill, which is the lighthouse right on the tip of Portland, just because it was so nice down there. But yeah, really good week. It was nice to actually switch off for a moment. Only a short moment, and straight back into it now, and loads of stuff going on. But yeah, just having a short moment to stop.
When you were packing your, weekend bag or however long you went, where were your running shoes and running kit in priority? Did they go in before your everyday clothes?
So I had a suitcase with normal clothes, and then a separate rucksack and holdall with running kit and running shoes in.
Yeah, and then another separate suitcase, just shoes.
Well, I only took 2 pairs of running shoes, and I probably made a bit of a mistake because I took my Hyperboost Hyperboost Edge for just nice easy runs.
Let me guess. So let me just get into the psyche of you. So you're on holiday, you're going down there for a family holiday. You know it's a coast path, but you probably don't want to take your trail shoes because you'll probably want to run on the road, and you've got your eye on a parkrun later on in the week. So you don't want to take your carbons because you don't want to ruin them on the trails. But you obviously want to run a bit quicker. Now I'm thinking, would you take your Bostons? I don't know if you would take your Bostons. Would you take then? It's got to be an Evo SL or what's another Adidas daily trainer? It's got to be the Evo SL. It's got to be your fruit salads.
No, it was my red ones, my red and
Your
yellow.
red ones.
My red and
Yes.
yellow Evo
Your
SLs.
Spanish ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The ultimate choice. Yeah.
yeah, so those are the only two pairs of running shoes I took. Other than that, I took a pair of sliders and a pair of old Adios 3s for my daily walking around in. And the coastal path probably isn't the best surface for an Evo SL with no grip on the bottom. But they performed quite well, even though it was on like traily, sort of like gravelly paths on the grass and the mud and like dirt in some places.
Mud?
Well, no, there was no mud, but do you know when it's grass, but then the grass is patchy, so there's dirt.
Yeah,
it wasn't mud, but yeah, dirt.
I need to tap you up actually. I need to ask you some questions about what I can expect, because as you may remember, I said I'm going to try and run the coast path over 10 years, and the section you were at was the section almost the home straight for me. So it's from where you are is basically about 50 miles away from the finish line. So I'll be splitting that up into two. So I think that'll be my penultimate run where you were running Portland Bill, and then my final stretch will be across Durdle Door. So yeah, what can I expect on the section?
You've got some fantastic views to look forward to. You've got a treat in your penultimate run. The coastal path all the way around Portland is just fantastic. There's a rocky bit which is quite up and down and quite jaggedy rocks that you've got to try and get up and down and sort of stuff, and then that turns into a real nice, quite wide coastal path which is made up of like gravelly white stone. So it's a bit dusty, but mainly like gravelly sort of surface, and that's lovely to run on. And then that turns into the grass and dirt and stuff, and then a little bit rocky in between the dirt when you go past and round Portland Bill. And then as you get back onto the coastal path again, it goes back into that gravelly coastal path.
Because I'm just looking at the map now, and I'll be running anti-clockwise.
Yes.
So the sea will be on my right hand side, and it's set, and we were talking about this on the pre-pod earlier. There's a Lidl, isn't there?
Yes.
And that's pretty much where I'm going to be starting my run from.
Well, then a mile in from that.
It looks to be a massive hill.
I was going to say a mile in from that, from where you're starting, you will hit a hill which is quite steep.
You say that it's at one point it's 39.9% grade.
And I went down that on my Sunday long run, but then obviously had to come back up it the other side. And the hill that I went up, because I got a bit lost, I eventually found like a path which was like stone steps surrounded by dirt and grass, and then at the side of the steps was just like a dirt path, so it was a slope, so you could either run on the steps, but the steps weren't quite big enough that you could take full like strides on, so you had to like do little steps. So I was running on the side of it, and it was so steep, it was ridiculous.
Brilliant.
It was in mile 11, and I climbed in 1 mile. I climbed 318 foot.
Oh, for God's sake. Honestly, though, that doesn't surprise me, because I've done on my first run on the coast path.
That was the elevation profile.
Look at that. That is mental. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, flat, and then literally inception. So when I did the run from Minehead to Combe Martin, or pretty much Combe Martin, you come out and you look round the corner and you see you look at where the path goes, and it just goes literally. You have to crane your neck to the hill you're about to, and you think, yeah, of course it goes that way. Of course it does. What was I thinking? Why was I thinking this was going to be a straightforward, easy run? It's mental round. It's mountainous, isn't it?
Yeah.
The terrain is so difficult to run on, but it's so much fun.
But that mile, so going up that grass dirt hill in Evo SLs weren't the best, but the whole way up, all I could think was Alex Bowden was behind me going, "Can't walk, mate. You can't walk."
Did you run the whole thing?
I ran the whole thing. I did that mile in 9:02.
You stubborn mule. How did you run that? You basically ran up a mountain. Brilliant.
And that was at mile 11 of my half marathon that day.
So you couldn't be accused of walking on an easy run on holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
You are a different breed, mate. You're a different breed.
But no, the scenery down there and like the paths and stuff is just fantastic. Have I got any photos of what the coastal path is like?
Well, all being well, I'll be following in your footsteps in the early months of 2035, which will be the year of my 50th birthday. So that's
Nice.
the idea, to try and complete it in my 50th year on this planet. So I'm trying to do 2 lots of 50k a year.
Yeah. So that photo is like, do you know what I was saying about the rocky bits where there's jaggy rocks to climb up? That's what that path is like. But the actual coastal path.
Well, just while you're looking for that, unless you've got it.
No, I'm still looking.
When I did my first stint on the coast path, for 30 of the 50k, I wore my Evo SL 80Rs because I was thinking, I don't know if I want to wear carbons on this route. So I don't think I fell over actually. So I think I stayed on my feet and they felt okay, but I only changed into the carbons about just over halfway when I was feeling quite tired. And I was like, I need a bit of extra assistance here. I need all the help I can get. So I put the Speed Ultras on for the last half marathon.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any photos of the coastal path. I've got video footage of it, but I haven't got any photos of it, of what it's actually like. Because I wasn't looking when I was taking photos. I wasn't taking photos of the floor. I was taking photos of the scenery around.
Right.
But the coastal path is marked with those.
Yeah,
markers.
that acorn quite quickly starts to grate on you when you've been looking at it for the last 9 hours. Do you fancy it? Do you fancy coming to do a leg? I know you mentioned the Nuki one.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
I'll come and do a leg with you, no problem.
Oh, you can do this one in 2035 with me, and I'll be right behind you walking up the hill. My plan, if everything does go to plan, for this specific stage 19 of 20, is from the start of Portland Bill, and it finishes. What's annoying with the coast path is you could so easily miss out the Isle of Portland, Portland.
You could, yeah.
But the coast path takes you all the way around it, and then you come back onto the same, like what you were saying, causeway, and then you go back up north to Weymouth.
Yeah.
And then you carry on going back around. So and then I finish in Lulworth Cove that day, and that's going to be 40 odd, so 45k.
That's more or less where you will start then, where the coastal path marker.
So it's
right next to Portland Bill.
Is Portland Bill not at the very south then? It's quite high up.
Yeah, no, it's the very south.
Oh, is it at the tip? Yeah.
Right at the bottom.
So I'll see that about 10k in, will I?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've got to run down to that first and then all the way around.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that. It does look like but that, I think where you are, I don't know if it's that far up or not, but the Jurassic Coast is that area of.
That is all of Dorset.
Is it?
Is like
Oh,
the
is it?
Jurassic Coast. Yeah.
And I didn't realise this, but there are, if you are that way inclined and you've got that much patience, there's a good chance you can find a fossil on those beaches. Apparently, there's all sorts of, you can go proper fossil hunting.
Yeah.
How cool is that? You just find a dinosaur intestine or something. I'd love that. I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah. It. I tell you what, I do like going to like the seaside and the beach and everything, but Portland being a coastal town, so there was a beach, but it wasn't the sort of place. Portland wasn't the place that you'd go for a seaside holiday.
Okay.
If you wanted the seaside holiday, you'd go to Weymouth, which is just up north from it.
That's where the arcades are and the
yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Portland's
just a little island town. It's ace. And as I said, the whole loop all the way around it is about 13 miles. It's about half marathon for the whole outside loop of the coast.
You been there before then? Is it somewhere you've been on holiday with the family before or something?
No, never been to Dorset before.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. And then obviously we did go into Weymouth for a couple of days and actually did like beach stuff and seaside stuff. But yeah, just being in Portland and being able to get up in the morning and go for a run around the coast and it be as picturesque as it was really nice.
So what times of the day were you going? Because it must have been hot.
Yeah, so I was getting up and going probably like, I think I was doing 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning for most of them and just going and running a 10K. And then I would go again in the evening when we got home from our day out. So
go and do
holiday.
Was this a holiday or was this a training camp?
Well, I still managed to keep up my mileage. I still did 63 mile last week. So
brilliant, of course.
But
so how many laps of the island do you reckon you did? Did you only do it once?
I only did one full lap, but I did loads of like loops of the bottom of the island, just because round by Portland Bill, the coastal line was so good. So I was doing that route.
So that's where you were staying, right in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it was ace. And I've just found it. So on the Monday, so I went and did my Sunday long run and did a full lap of the coastal path, more or less. There was bits where I got lost. And then I ended up going to the port and it was all barriered off and like fenced off and everything. And I was like, and my watch was telling me to go through there. So
it's going to be like a rerun of Captain Phillips. They probably thought you were just some sort of pirate trying to commandeer a vessel.
Yeah, so I went in and I was like, is there a pedestrian route through here? And he was like, no, this is private land. And I was like, okay, well, how do I get through around there? And he was like, you have to go round. And I was like, well, I'm not from round here. How do I get round? And he was like, just run down there and you'll find your way. You'll have to find a path. I was like, cheers. Okay.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah. But so I did my Sunday long run. Then on the Monday, I went and did that run from where we were staying down round the bottom, round Portland Bill and back up. And it was about 10K, about 6.5 miles. And I did it in the morning and it popped up that there was a segment that I'd come fifth on. And I was like, but I was running easy and I've come fifth on that segment. So when I went out for my evening run, I ran slightly quicker and it popped up and it said, congrats, you're fourth on that segment. I was like, oh, okay. So on my evening run on the Tuesday, I went out and run steady all the way up until the start of that segment. And it was a quarter of a mile, so 400 meters. I was like, I can run 400 meters fast on there. So the last mile, I just put the hammer down and came away with the segment crown.
As if. Can you look at the segment of that hill? Has that hill got a segment?
Ooh, I don't know. Possibly. Yeah.
Surely that must be ridiculous. Is it? How long is it? About half a mile long. It
What, the
doesn't. It
hill?
doesn't look that long on the map. It just looks really ridiculously like a
I'll have
cliff
a look.
face.
I'll have a look in 2 seconds, but I just want to say, so the leader on the segment that I did had done it in 1 minute 29 for the quarter of a mile, 400 meters. So he was running at 6:25 pace. So I went and did it in 1 minute 14, 5:20 a mile pace.
Some would say that you knew what you were doing.
But right, so
that record might be safe for a while then.
Yeah, hopefully. Just need no one to go to Portland. So the hill that I did looks like yeah, it looks like it's about a mile long, the hill.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's the one I went up, it's about a mile long.
Wow. Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
But
Yeah,
where's all your segments and everything on? There it is. What would it have been? Oh, there's a segment called "That Dang Steep Bit,"
right.
which I think is pretty much where that is the hill that I went up, and it says that for 0.42 of a mile, I did it at 10:03 a mile pace, but the grade adjusted pace is 5:45 a mile.
God's sake.
All because Alex Burdon was on my shoulder, whispering in my ear.
Alex, you live in Brett's head rent free. You've won, Alex. You've won.
You have. You've won. I was like, it's not on road, it's off road. And at this point, Alex would be walking, so I'm not allowed.
Everybody would be walking. So, but anyway, but you had a good time. Did you smash a lot of ice cream? A lot of.
No, we didn't have that much ice cream. We went to a really good ice cream place in Weymouth. Really good, called Ross's. Yeah, and I had an affogato, which was very nice.
If
you know what one of those is.
Sounds Italian. No.
So an affogato is an espresso with a scoop of ice cream in it.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So what does that make it a lukewarm drink then?
But basically, it cools down the espresso, but then you've got like a iced, really creamy coffee.
So is the consistency quite gloopy then? Quite like
well, it's an espresso,
like
and then they just put a scoop of ice cream in it, so you can eat the ice cream, but then also like run it through the espresso as well, so you get coffee flavored ice cream.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, that sounds nice. Fish and chips. Were many fish and chips consumed?
We had chips on the beach in Weymouth one night, which was very nice.
Any seagull incidents?
No, but we did have a seagull come and get braver and braver towards us. But yeah, we didn't have any incidents, so that was good. And then you probably saw this on my Instagram, but I won the ticket jackpot.
Oh God!
On the arcade.
You forgot to not mention this. You bankrupted.
I'm not joking. I won 2,790 tickets on one of the machines.
That must have taken about half an hour.
It did.
To reel off.
It took about 15 minutes for them to like come out of the machine, and then it took about another 15 minutes to collect them all up and put them through the machine that counts them.
Give you your receipt. Yeah.
But it started printing, and I thought I'll just tell the guy that I've won the jackpot, and maybe he can stop it and just give me a voucher. And I told him, and he went, "No, you just got to let it run." And halfway through it printing, it ran out of tickets, so we then had to come and fill the tickets back up so it could print the rest of the tickets.
God. So what was the machine you won on?
So it was like a coin dropper machine with the thing moving backwards and forwards, but it was with little marbles. So you paid for so many marbles, and then you sent the marbles out, and it pushed them forwards. And then at the front there was little holes that it could fall in, and you could get certain amounts of tickets. But in the middle of it, there was like a little disc, and if you managed to get the balls down in the right place, it would spin around the disc, and there was 5 holes in the disc. And if you filled in all 5 holes and lit up all the lights, it released a big marble onto the thing. And if you got the big marble off the end, it then went up the steps and into the holes at the back. And on the back, like the holes, were different prizes.
Just imagine how exciting your little face. I bet you were so excited playing this game.
But all the holes had different things, so you could have like 300 tickets or an extra 20 balls or whatever. But one of the holes was a bonus light, and there was 8 bonus lights, and when all 8 bonus lights were lit up, you hit the jackpot. And when I went on the machine, 7 of the bonus lights were on. So I played it for a bit. I think I put about £8 into it, and it was a quid for 20 balls. And I think I ended up putting about £8 in. But
a while, yeah.
But I managed to get 6 of the big balls onto the carriage, and it pushed one of them off and went up the steps, and it went down and just gave me, I think it gave me 30 extra balls. And then I managed to get another big ball down, and it went up the steps and went into the bonus light hole. And so it lit up the last bonus light, and they gave me the jackpot.
What was your reaction? Did you just like...
I went, well, my sister and my brother-in-law were with me, and it went down, and the wheel was spinning, and it was like doing its thing before it settled and went through the hole. And I was watching it, and I thought, hang on, this could go to the thing. And it went through the hole, and I went, I think I've just won the jackpot. And my sister Donna went, what? Have you? And the light came on, and I went, I have. I've won the jackpot. And she went, no way, look at how happy your face is. Exactly the same as what you were saying. Yeah.
Oh, I bet that was a real life. I bet that was a real top 5 moment for you. You're like, yeah, what an achievement! What an achievement! So, what did you? Will you be going back there to try and win another jackpot, or did you claim your prize then and there?
I did claim my prize. Yes.
Were you eligible for like a mug or something? Or
well, there were prizes from the cheapest prize was 50 tickets for some sweets. But then there was prizes all the way up to, I think, about 4,000 or 5,000 tickets. And I think for 4,000 tickets, which we laughed about, because for 4,000 tickets, there was a 2-slice toaster. And when we went back the next day, the toaster had gone. So somebody had bought the toaster with tickets, which is brilliant.
That is a good...
Yeah.
Was it just a normal toaster, like from Argos? Or wasn't it even like a novelty Weymouth one?
Yeah, just a Russell Hobbs 2-slice toaster.
It's a strange, convenient thing to buy that you can buy so much cheaper in the shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you spent about 18,000 quid. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was prizes all the way up to there. So I ended up getting
remote control cars are normally up there or something.
Yes, yeah. But I didn't. It was all tat. So I ended up getting some Gizmo from Gremlins, little plushies.
How many did you get?
I got 3 of them because they got 3 different facial expressions.
Oh, Gizmo. So how much were they each? Were they like 1,000 tickets each?
No. They were only 350 tickets each.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. So then to top it up, they were 500 each. So I bought some squishy balls to give to my nephews and my niece.
nice. Oh, lovely stuff.
Because they're those Nido ones, which apparently are really popular at the moment.
No, never heard of them.
No, neither had I.
Well, the good thing is, the arcade, though, I think the arcade is just a ruddy good day out because all you need is 20 quid, not even that. You could probably have a great time with about
this is
4
this
quid.
is the thing. I've probably got prizes that are worth a fiver, and I spent 8 quid, but I had 3 quid's worth of fun. So
yeah, that's priceless.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's yeah. But we're the same. Every time we go to Western, we absolutely love the pier at Western. Just like
Western Pier's ace, isn't it?
like the Deal or No Deal machine. It's stupid games like that. I just absolutely love them.
Yeah,
the horse racing machine, the biggest con
yes.
of the whole thing, but it's just so much fun.
Yeah. Is that the horse racing one where you roll the balls and try and get them
Yes.
into the holes for the love
Yeah.
that.
The other one that there's there is the one where you just select a horse and you're like, number 2 might win, and then number 5 wins, and you think, okay, number 5 will win again. Number 2 wins. So yeah, and it says number 3 is favourite for this race, and you put your money on that one, and then number 5 wins. It's good. It's good fun. But yeah, no, absolutely love an arcade. I think they're very, very underrated. And if you're listening to this and you live by the sea, you're probably thinking, have these idiots never been to the seaside in their life? This is what happens when you live in the Midlands. We get very, very excited to see the sea.
Yeah.
And enjoy all of its cultural charms that we are not used to.
I tell you what, though, I was very impressed with Weymouth Beach. Really clean. Really clean. Loads of families everywhere just enjoying the day on the beach. No, there was like no reprobates or anything around. And then the beach itself, like the water was really clear, but the beach itself, half of it's sand and half of it's rocks, stones. But the half that was sand, the sand was the finest sand I've ever seen on a beach. It was crazy.
Again, that's one thing I love. Is just like it's so good for your feet, isn't it? As runners, we're probably amongst the demographic in this world with the worst feet of humans. And like going to the beach and just dipping your toes in the sand in the sea, it can really sort your feet out, can't you?
Yeah.
But it's just really, really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and the other thing I was very impressed with down there, like everywhere down in Dorset, was public toilets. They were everywhere. Whereas in the Midlands, there are no public toilets anywhere. And if there is, they're never open.
Surely you had to pay. How much is it to use the toilets these days in Weymouth? They're all free.
Completely free.
That is mental, isn't it? Like considering like the ones in Stratford-on-Avon. I don't know when the last time you were in Stratford, but I always park in the multi-story, which is called Bridgeway. And every time I just think, oh yeah, I just nip to the toilet. It's like I think it's about £1 or something like that. Ridiculous. Yeah. I can't remember what it's got up to now. And I think, well, yeah, I will have a poo now out of
out of month's worth.
Yeah, out of absolute just sheer anger. But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad you.
Yeah, they were all completely free. And then the other thing that was really good is all along the beach, there was drinking water taps.
Interesting. That's good.
Yeah. So when I ran down there to go and do Parkrun on Saturday, I didn't need to take any water or anything with me because I ran down there, had a wee before Parkrun, and then went and had a drink on the beach and then carried on to Parkrun.
Well, shall we then talk about your Weymouth Parkrun, or do you want to save that to the end?
No, we'll save Weymouth for next pod because that was
Yes.
Saturday just gone. That was week 3 of running the red line. Running the red line.
Because we're now a few days behind, I don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah.
Because
No, neither do
I like most people know Saturday is Saturday because of Parkrun. I know Friday is a Friday because of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's a Monday today, so now we're covering last week, aren't we?
Yeah.
So one thing we haven't written down that I don't know if you wanted to talk through. Did we mention Josh Kerr? Oh, I think we did, didn't we? Because you did your track.
Yes.
You did something fast on a Saturday and you got home.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you do a track race?
Yeah. So I did the mile on Wednesday and then ended up doing the 800 of the relay as well. With a Wednesday before I went. But Josh Kerr's world record was the weekend before.
Yeah.
But this weekend just gone, Saturday, he won the Commonwealth.
Well, I didn't even know they were on because they were BT's had the rights, hasn't it?
Yeah, TNT Sports bought the rights, so no terrestrial channels like BBC or anything were allowed to show any of the Commonwealth.
So I missed the whole lot. I don't know what happened. Did you watch much of it or any of it? Do you know what went on?
I've watched highlights on stuff on YouTube, and I've watched a couple of the races on like Instagram and on YouTube and stuff, but I've not been able to see a lot of it because it was on TNT.
Yeah, I know Josh Kerr raced and won the mile or the 1500, wasn't it?
It was the mile. Yeah, it was mile.
And he did it in about 3:58 or something, 3:55 maybe. It's a lot slower than his world record.
3:52, I think he ran the final in. 3:58, he ran his heat in. Have you seen the footage of the heat?
Is that the one where he's celebrating?
Yeah, he comes around the final bend in front of everybody, just getting the crowd to cheer, and then he's just smiling his head off and showboating as he's running in front of everybody. But the final, he just left everyone for dust with Jake Whiteman went with him. With about 200 meters to go, Jake Whiteman went with him.
Yeah.
And then with 100 meters to go, Josh Kerr just left everyone. And Jake Whiteman, I'm gutted for him because he went with Josh and he was looking really strong. And then just down that last 100 meters, he just got ate up and his legs went and he ended up coming 6th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's
But those two broke away from the pack at 200 meters. They both had a good lead, but then Josh Kerr just disappeared and everybody ate up Jake Whiteman.
Yeah, right. He was thrown to the wolves by Josh Kerr, was he? Was it Glasgow or Edinburgh? It was Glasgow, wasn't it?
Glasgow, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a kind of a home crowd, but it was a Scottish crowd, wasn't it? For Josh, which I imagine felt good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I was gutted for Jake Whiteman as well, because he was at home as well.
He's a Scotsman, isn't he? Yeah. Gutted for him. Well, speaking of Scotland, I am very excited because I've been training away for my Loch Ness Marathon, which is coming up way quicker
quickly
than I'd like to.
Before you go into that, I've just noticed your microphone sounds quite echoey.
Yeah, probably because I've just unplugged it accidentally. Audio. Mic. Yeah, I'll tell you why. It's because it's not been plugged in.
Oh, man, that sounds incredible now. We've just done 38 minutes of you sounding like you're in a toilet.
Oh, for God's sake. I even checked it before we started. I don't think I actually checked it. I think I checked the headphones. Oh, I do apologise for that. Thanks for letting me know. Because I don't know if it's the same for you, but I don't hear my own voice. I only hear yours. So I don't know.
Same here.
So, I've got me. I finally got my mic plugged in. But yes, so I am now. Is it 7 or 8 weeks away on Sunday from my marathon? So yeah, a few people have asked me what the target is, and to be honest, I don't really have a solid target yet. Partly because I literally just want to go
and have some fun and enjoy it. Like I just want to go and run a marathon and just have a good time and hopefully run well at the same time, if that makes sense. But I'm not going to give myself like a hard target. I know a pace I want to try and run, which is PB pace in Seville. And what I keep saying is if I can get a 1 second PB, that will be a huge roaring success, because I think because Seville obviously went quite well for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when you run a 3:10, most people go, well, sub 3 next, isn't it? And you think, well, come on, let's all relax. It's not quite that simple, because the jump from 3:30 to 3:10 or 3:15 is probably easier than the jump needed from 3:10 to 3.
Yeah.
Because the margins for, well, error are so much smaller now. Like that, there's no. I've noticed that because, well, this is obvious, isn't it? But the faster you get and the faster you clock your race times at, the closer together all your paces are. And when they all start to begin with the same number, like just talking in Ks for a minute, which is another thing I'm going to mention in a minute. My marathon pace and half marathon pace, well, actually the furthest apart from the rest of them. Like there's only 5 seconds per K difference between my 5K and 10K. Between 10K and half marathon, it's sort of 15, if that, 12 seconds. And then between half marathon and marathon pace, it's about 15 seconds a K. So there's not a lot. But that's one of the big changes I've made. I'm now a miler.
Ooh.
I've made the decision. It's not permanent, but I have now moved all my metrics into Imperial. So
Wow.
I am now a miler for the next few months at least.
With you saying that then, this was a question I was meant to ask a couple of weeks ago, but we haven't had a chance to go through like questions and emails and stuff. But Ryan Close messaged and said he's running Malaga Marathon and he normally works in miles. But at Malaga Marathon, all of the markers will be in kilometers. So should he train in kilometers or miles?
Well, I'm doing the exact opposite of Ryan if he changes over to Ks, because I really want to get familiar with how the pace of a mile feels rather than the pace of a kilometer, because my watch is always, and everybody's watch is always so far out by the end of a marathon.
Yeah.
I feel at least a mile will be closer, because Ks, there's more kilometers in a race than there are miles. So there's arguably more that will feel wrong, if you know what I mean, when you realize you've got further to go than you think you have towards the end of a marathon, rather than, I don't know, maybe I'm trying to make sense of it in my head. But no, I'm doing it for that reason, because all the boards at Worcester City Half, which is my big A race, and Loch Ness, they're all going to be miles. So I want to get used to knowing how the pace of a mile feels.
Do you know if there's 5, 10, 15, 20K markers, or is it just miles?
Well, I've seen a few videos from people that have posted them from Loch Ness previously, and it's just mile boards. I don't even know if there's a halfway official. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I don't know. Now London Marathon events are involved. Maybe there are the boards, the 5, the 10, the 15, 20. But no, I'm just going to assume that there won't be, and I'm just going to. I might even manually lap the miles.
That's why I was going to ask is if there is the 5 and 10K markers, I would manually lap at those. I wouldn't manually lap every mile.
Yeah. Well, I should know closer to the time if there will be those things. I mean, maybe someone who's done the race before can let me know. But I don't know. I've never manually lapped a marathon before. And I imagine it gets even harder as you're getting closer to the finish line because your brain starts to turn into blancmange, doesn't it? But I think that will be give me a. I like to do that. I like to know what my 5K splits are and what I like to run 5Ks in. And especially because it's a fairly round number for a 3:10 finish, which is a 22:30. So I think that would be quite helpful. But no, if anything, it feels like I'm just starting from scratch because it's been nearly 4 years since I've worked in Ks. Do you know who I blame? Benny's running. Because when I first got into YouTube, I remember following Benny's running. And he was talking about these things, these kilometers. And I thought, oh, he looks fast. He keeps winning races. I'll try them. And since then, I've just always dealt with Ks. And now I'm starting to think, yeah, I don't know, something quite hardcore about a mile rather than a K. So I don't know. I've been quite enjoying looking at my pace. One thing I will say is that miles bounce around. They dance around a little bit more on your watch than a kilometre does.
Yeah.
Because there are more minutes in a mile than a K.
Yeah. It's longer, so you can put more surges in or fall off the pace a bit more, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to bear in mind. But I actually find pacing miles easier than pacing Ks, weirdly. I've only tested that theory on easy runs, but I've been running around about 8:45 to 9-minute miles. And I don't really know what this data means yet because I've only been doing it 2 weeks. But that's where feels quite easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I've been running. I think if I'm running my easy miles about 8:30 or quicker, then maybe that's a bit hot for me. But then again, it's all about feel, isn't it? And sometimes when you're feeling easy and you look at your watch and it says 8:40 or 8:30, you think, oh yeah, that must be about right. So that's what it's seeming to keep saying. But yeah, it's just getting used to a whole new system. And it is a little bit harder to work out my weekly mileage.
It's actually easier to work out your weekly mileage because it's actually mileage.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. but like I know that with miles, with Ks, I'd be like, right, 10K a day. I get to Friday, and if I'm at 50K, all I've got to find is 30K from Saturday and Sunday. Then I'm up to 80. I'm up to 50 mile. That's a 80K week. But I'm thinking, if I do 7 miles, but then if I do run to Parkrun and then do the Parkrun, what's that? 8 miles. It's, even though it's a less number, I'm finding it harder to plan my long runs and stuff. But yeah, I'll get there. But I am enjoying, and I'm doing 55 miles a week, which is what I want to do. And then I'm going to have a little deload. And then when I pick it back up again, I'm going to try and hit 60 or 62 because I think that's 100K.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And then I'm going to drop down again for the races. But no, I'm excited to race my races in miles.
Yeah.
And my paces that I need to know, I still don't know what they are. Maybe you can help me out. So a 3:10 marathon, I think, is about 7:12 a mile. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Well, 7:30 is going to get you a 3:15.
Right. Okay.
Because it's about 8-minute miles to get a 3:30.
Yes.
So 7:30s are going to get you about 3:15.
Yeah.
And 6:51 is 3 hours.
Yeah. And because, I keep banging on about wanting this sub 127 half, that's frightening the life out of me because that's dangerously close to my 5K pace now, because that's about 6:35 a mile, I think. Maybe quicker, maybe more like 6:32, 6:33. So yeah, it's going to be so hard running that Worcester half, but I know it almost feels like a home cup final for me. It feels like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like all your mates are there. There's a load of people there. There's always people that you know, either racing or watching. Or Worcester to me, I just love Worcester. Probably the same sort of feeling that you felt with the Redditch half marathon. God rest its soul.
The first
R.I.P.
one. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm so gutted for you that Redditch lost that, because that must have been awesome running a race on all your local training routes. Because that's how I feel when I'm running, the Worcester City race. Because I run around these routes all the time. So yeah, good about the Redditch race. And then it downsized to running around laps of the Parkrun.
Yeah, 6 laps of the leg.
Did you didn't do it this year, or has it happened yet?
Yeah, no, it was start of July, I think.
Oh, you were saying that they didn't even make a song and dance about it this year.
No,
they didn't even do any Facebook ads about it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was on until the day before.
Yeah, I guess with what's the names run through, they've just got their races that are just, we know we don't really mind. We won't really lose much if not many people sign up.
Yeah,
and then they've got their races where they pump all their money into them. I guess like Warwick, for example, because the roads they've got to close for that.
Exactly, they want to push it,
and they've got to hire the race course. I would have thought to use it as an event, so they've got to. I mean, they're charging £50, I think, or close to. So I imagine they've got to try and get that out. They've got to sell that out. But a race around a park,
and especially as it's 6 laps, so they need less marshals. They need less setup.
Yeah. So, it's a bit of a shame, really, but that would have been a good race to do. But
you didn't run it the first year it was on, when it was all out in the lanes, did you? Because you were marshalling.
I marshalled that day, but I mean, maybe I dodged the bullet because you said it was an incredibly hard one.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very hilly.
Because what did you run that day? You ran like a really fast time, didn't you?
1:22.
But at the time, that was a big PB, wasn't it? It was like a 3-minute PB or something.
Yeah, massive PB at the time. Yeah.
I shouldn't admit this, but I fanboyed you, stalked you. And I remember watching your Birmingham half, and this is only about 3 months ago. I watched your Birmingham half marathon video that you did. I think it might have been your first or one of your first few videos you did. And you were like, yeah, I'm hoping to get a sub 130. And I think you got about 123 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was so weird hearing those words come out of your mouth that you thought, oh, yeah, 130 will be fine. And then I think you literally said, oh, I've gone out a bit fast. And you did like the first mile in 6:10 or something like that. But that's when you joined the Redditch BLI, wasn't it?
After Redditch half marathon, yeah, when I met Andy Yarrow, said at the end, come and meet Andy. So when I met Andy, and then joined BNR.
Interesting, yeah. But no, I would recommend to any of our listeners that like to watch YouTube, go and seek out Brett's earlier videos. And he was hoping for a sub 130 for his half marathon. So funny stuff. But I wanted to quickly mention as well, if you don't mind, a couple of sessions that I've been doing.
Yes,
and have enjoyed on the road, because I've only just started my training block really. Week 1, I did 2 sessions, but I didn't go down. I couldn't make it to club, so I did my own thing. Both things were very similar, running around the flat loops of around the river in Worcester. On the Tuesday night, I did 5 by 800 at approximately 10k pace.
Mm-hmm. Why, if you're now working in miles, why did you do 800 rather than half a mile?
Because that was when I was in Ks. I changed.
Oh, okay.
I changed, but I still, even now, would still do 800, even though I'm in mile, because it's just a session we do at club.
Yeah, when you're on a track or somewhere where they've marked it out for the right distance, then yes. But if you're just doing loops of the river, how do you know when it's 800 meters if you're going to be working in miles?
Watch.
Oh, have you set up a workout in there?
Yeah. So it bleeps.
Okay.
And it tells me to stop. Just because I like knowing, I've done that in 3:03 or 3:05. Oh, that's not bad. I've done it in nearly 3 minutes because I know a good 800 for me is just below 3 minutes. That's me working quite hard. So it's just like a good yardstick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Very much pun intended, for knowing where my efforts are at. And 800s I find are quite a nice, a good chunky rep to do. And I did 5 just because I thought, 2.5 mile of effort. That's quite a bit at the start of a training block. So
because a half a mile rep would be 804.5 meters.
Yeah. Okay. This is getting ridiculous now.
Be an extra 4.5 meters, wouldn't
it? I knew this would come up. Right. So I said this in my video. I don't know what a mile is. Is it 1608 or 1609?
1609.
I was just thinking in my head, I know Brett will be rolling his eyes and tutting at the TV screen. So he doesn't learn anything. He doesn't listen to me at all. But so that's why I decided to do 800s. But I had this realization when I set up the session that next time I see 800 meters to go, that's half a mile to go. And I've never really clocked that's almost exactly the same distance. So now I know, if I know how fast I can run a mile in, if I know I'm doing a 7-minute mile, blah, 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 so I can just chop that in half. So, so I did that, which went quite well. So there's a really nice loop up in Worcester that
is that all round Diglis and everything?
Yeah. We actually, in the winter when we train on the roads, we use that loop. And I just used that same loop last week, which quite enjoyed it. And then on the Thursday, I went to Pitchcroft, and I did a little bit more Norwegian-y. I did 8 by 3 minutes.
That was going to be my next question. Are you going to work in time as well as distance?
I'm going to keep chopping and changing. I'm not going to like swear an allegiance to distance or time when it comes to my sessions, because sometimes, very often, your pace, especially when you're running round the trees and under the trees and round Pitchcroft, your pace is what is gospel when you're running to time could be wrong. So and when you're not running around a track where the measured distance, you could be slightly out. So that's why I'm going to keep the distance sessions in. But I decided to do 8 by 3 minutes. And what I decided to do was slow it down. So I sort of said this in my video. I sort of said, I don't know if this is even worth it because I'm doing 3 minutes at a time at marathon pace. Am I even working hard enough? Will I be working enough of a sweat in those 3 minutes for it to even be worth it? But when I factored into that I'm marathon trainer now and that I was tired and it's still quite hot, I actually thought, thank God I didn't try and run any faster.
And how much recovery were you putting in between?
That was off 60 seconds.
Cool.
So the 800s I was doing 90 seconds off, and then 60 for the 8 by 3 minutes. So I was just doing walking recoveries. I've got a few ideas for I've written it down actually. Some sessions I want to do because I can't go to club tomorrow, and there's a track meet. That's why I can't go. So there's no session, and I don't know whether to do. What do you think? Something that's pretty ambitious or something that's pretty speedy? Would you think 6 by a mile, which is, I've got this down as nearly 10k of effort, so nearly it's over
6 miles. No, it's under 10k.
It's 9,600 meters, it says here. Or which would have to be no faster than marathon pace, or 16 by 400, which is a session I've done on the track with Worcester quite a lot, which I do quite enjoy doing.
Yes.
I don't know whether to do something quick or something
What
endurance-y.
what sort of pace are you thinking of doing for these?
The 6 by a mile, I would do no quicker than 7:10 for a mile.
Which is what? Is that your threshold pace?
That's
Or is
marathon pace.
Oh, that's marathon pace.
Yeah. Half marathon pace would be target pace would be 6:35, I think. So maybe I could push it a bit quicker and go for a 7-minute mile. Maybe. Don't know if that's too ambitious for 6 times a mile. Or
see, if you were going to do if you were going to do the miles, I'd possibly bring it down to 4 times a mile.
4 by a mile. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because of the fatigue.
Yeah, because that's a big session, especially if you're doing it at faster than goal pace.
Yeah.
If you were doing that in the middle of a long run, then it wouldn't be so bad. But when you're specifically going out to do that session,
maybe.
But then is that my summer speed head talking? And when you want to get the endurance in your legs, maybe it's better to go a bit longer.
Here's my my conflict. I haven't got a lot of time to train for a much faster race target.
Yeah.
I've got 6 weeks now.
Okay.
For the Worcester half.
Yeah.
And 8 weeks for the marathon.
Here's my question then. What are you going to be doing before and after the session?
Easy. Just
how much?
Well, no more than 5K easy to warm up. So more than 3 mile. And then, just an easy, maybe a mile to cool down, depending on how heavy the load of the session is.
Okay. So what's that, 10 mile in total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 by a mile would be a good shout.
Yeah.
But I like 16 by 400. So that's
400 is an awesome session. Love doing 400s. But you want to try and get that endurance in your legs, don't you?
Yeah.
And you'll be tempted in the 400s to run too quick because it's only 400. Whereas if you're doing a mile, it's 4 times the distance.
Yeah. And the good thing about running the mile reps is that you do, well, I'm not including you in this. I actually do hold back a little bit because it's a long rep. And you can't get too excited 6 times in a row for 1,600 meters. Like it's quite a long rep to overcook.
I'd be tempted to try and run them at goal half marathon pace. If do 4 by a mile, but goal half marathon pace.
Ah, that's a good shout. So 6:35.
Because that's what you're training for, isn't it? You're training to go and run a half marathon. So you want to get a feel of what that pace is like.
So would you recommend then, do you ever do mile repeats around your local area? Do you ever do things like that? Or do you only ever do that sort of thing? So would you wear your carbons for that?
I personally wouldn't, because when I'm marathon training, I like to do all of my training apart from my big long run before the taper in just normal shoes.
Yeah.
So I would do all of my sessions in non-plated shoes, just so you do get the benefit of them when you come to race day. But there are lots of people who say that it's worthwhile using your carbons in your sessions because the fatigue on your legs isn't as much. So you'll recover quicker, so you can actually put more training load on. So it's trying to make that balance.
Yeah.
But I always do all my sessions in non-plated shoes. So I would probably go and do that in a pair of Evo SLs.
Okay. Well, I ran my 8 by 3 minutes in my Evo SLs, but I'm just looking at the pace chart now, and I don't know what it is about us runners liking to scare ourselves, but just looking at the one, and this is what I love about running is it doesn't matter whether you're running a 6-hour marathon or you trying to run your 117 or Worcester or whatever, when you look at the pace that's coming, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
so to run a 126.42 half marathon, that is 6:37 a mile or 4:07 a k. So obviously I've got to chop a couple of seconds off that because of GPS drift and not taking the racing line. So I'm going to call it 6:35 a mile.
Yep.
Is half. I'm going to write that down. Half marathon pace,
which is
6:35.
Which is, hang on, 9 seconds a mile slower than 20-minute 5K pace.
See, this is what terrifies me, because when you say it like that, that's absolutely crazy. But here's the thing: it's warm at the moment, and if I can keep, because I've been running fairly well, I think, over the summer, and I think I've hit the ground running with this training block. I'm running okay at the moment, and I think if I can just keep running well through this hot weather, when it does start to cool down in 4 weeks, 6 weeks time, hopefully I've accumulated enough fitness and I'm not too fatigued to absolutely demolish the race. The races. So just looking as well with my marathon, because obviously I ran 3:10 high in Seville. Let's just go 3:08.57, because we like to pluck numbers out of thin air on this podcast. 3:08.57 is 7:13 a mile. That's the new target. You heard it here first. Excellent. 7:13 a mile is 4:29 per k, which is technically slower than what I ran at Seville, because my watch told me I ran 4:28 average, but I ran 42.8 k. I ran 600 meters more.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Strava's always right. So 7:13 a mile is 4:29 a k, which is 3:08.57. So there you go. You've just heard the new target live on the podcast. I'm going to go for a sub 3:09 in Loch Ness.
Like it.
That's what I'm going to try and do. So I think, all right, you've helped me make my decision then. I will do 4 by a mile tomorrow.
At goal half marathon pace.
Yeah, with about a 2 or 3 mile warm up. Yeah, so that'll be a fairly hefty session. Yeah, that will be quite tough. And then Thursday, I'll have to keep me, not do anything too silly on Thursday.
Thursday you can then take it a bit easier. Yeah, ready for. Are you doing any sessions in your long runs?
No, not yet. So my idea was my first, because I'm doing 10 weeks marathon training. I'm doing my first 3 weeks as like a build phase with pacey stuff in the week. Yeah. Long runs are just all about getting up to 15, 16 miles again. I'm going to take a deload week 4, and then weeks 5 to 7, weeks 5, 6, and 7. I'm then going to start, I don't know, go down the Wainwright loop or something, or, I'm going to start properly trying to get into a little bit more, some marathon pacey stuff to see, because I do need to fast track this, which is something you can't do in running. And I'm very aware how greedy that's making me sound, and maybe how, naive I could be sounding when I could be knocking on injury's door. But I do want to try and get myself into the really good shape for the end of September, for the mid to end of September. And I haven't got a lot of time to do it. So we're going to see if I can do it or not. And that's part of the drama. That's part of the fun. Can I do it?
Yes. So, yes, you can.
I keep visualizing. Running over the line, and the clock's ticking 1:26, 53, 54, 55. I keep visualizing that I'm going to do the sub 1:27. Haven't decided yet what shoes I'm going to wear. I'll decide that later down the line. But I really fancy it. I really do fancy it.
Yeah. I've got to start now focusing on more half marathon specific stuff. Ready for Worcester, I think.
Are you of the opinion of not touching race pace and running under and over it? or do you?
No, I quite like running
like?
race pace. Yeah, I like knowing what the race pace feels like.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that approach does work because I know a lot of people do like to run under and over race pace, whether that's 5K or half or marathon, whatever it is. But I think I'm the same, especially towards the business end of a training block. I like to know how those miles and Ks feel at that kind of intensity, because you need to know what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to start. I think when I start doing reps and stuff now, I'm going to have to start thinking about that half marathon pace for the pace of the reps, just to get that into my head. Yeah, and no matter the distance of the rep. So even if it's like an 800, I think I'll be doing it at that pace rather than going a bit faster. Probably.
So when you were on holiday last week, then did you do what did you do instead of your Tuesday and Thursday training?
I just went and run steady.
Did you?
Didn't try and do any sort of session or anything. I was on holiday, so I was like, I'm just going to go and get the miles in. So I was running easy and ever like slightly turning it up to a bit steadier here and there.
Yeah.
So not really trying to do anything other than just run around easy. Yeah.
I suppose sometimes you're like you say, you're on holiday. You don't want to be running around somewhere you don't know, not knowing what's round corners, and you've got to run
exactly
5.5 minute miles up that big hill. I mean, you could probably do it, let's face it. But but yeah, that's part of the fun, isn't it? Exploring in a steady way. And that's what, when you're on holiday though, what's better than taking your running shoes and just exploring a bit?
Yeah.
That
was part of the fun.
Yeah. And there are few better things in this modern world, I think, than being a runner and just running around somewhere you don't know. And it's while we're on that subject, something that absolutely killed me this week that I want to just give a quick shout out to. Did you see? It's absolutely. I found it hilarious. Did you see Tommy D went for a run on the Thames? I think it was. I was running on the Thames path, just steady or just easy, I think. And he looked like the most crazy Welshman running in London. Like he was just singing to himself. He was just he was just filming forwards and running, singing, and then an unassuming runner ran past who obviously had no intention of saying good morning back. Tommy D just went, "Morning!" like as loud as he possibly could. And he said he got a grand total of about 6 good mornings back after, distributing about 50. So that absolutely killed me when I saw that. So Tommy D, what an absolute hero!
Brilliant, love it. Yeah,
so
that's something that surprised me when I ran down to Weymouth Parkrun on Saturday, because it was from the middle of Portland to Weymouth Parkrun was 7.5 miles. So I ran down to Parkrun, and the amount of runners I saw I said hello or morning to every single one of them, and I probably only 50% said hello back or even looked at me. And it's mad. I don't get it. We're all doing the same thing.
But I mean, it's not even you can't even say it's a north-south thing, like, because I do the same around Worcester, and the amount of people that just don't blank you, point blank.
Yeah.
I acknowledge you might be a bit anxious or a bit awkward.
Yes,
but there's no excuse.
Yeah,
there's no excuse for not even just nodding or a little smile or just raising your hand. A little bit of something. Give me something back, because you know what it's like. You just mutter under your breath, don't you, when they don't say anything back? You're like, like if I see them again on the second lap, I'll say good morning even louder. Yeah. So, but anyway, Saw someone running around Pitchcroft the other day, barefoot.
What?
What are you doing? The same geezer turned up to Parkrun on Saturday. I felt like saying, what are you doing? Well done. You know, congratulations. You're obviously a big hippie. Love that. You know, great. Woodstock was 50 years ago, but, you know, don't worry about that. What are you doing? Put some shoes on, mate, or at least put some Vivo barefoots on.
Oh.
Actually, no, you'd rather go barefoot, wouldn't you?
Oh, would you? I tell you what, because we went onto the beach and I needed to go over to the shop over the other side of the road. So I went and bought a ball so we could like play catch in the sea with my nephews and my niece. And walking across the pavement and the road, man, that was bad enough on the bottom of my feet.
The heat, you mean?
Well, and the roughness of the surface.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
And how people are running barefoot, I have no idea. They must have like the thickest skin on the sole of their foot.
But I get that it's like very like earthy and like totally, you know, it's like so like in touch with like the world and all that ground contact nonsense. But that can't be good for your knees and your joints and your chain higher up. That impact that's going through.
Well, that's the thing. Barefoot running is very different to running with shoes on. So
because the way you land, you mean?
Apparently, humans didn't heel strike until shoes were invented.
Right.
So if you watch a baby walk, they're always on their tiptoes, and their ankle is like their shock absorber because they're landing on their toes, and their ankle takes all the pressure when their foot strike goes down. So people who barefoot run are toe strikers because of that mechanism of your ankle and your knees being the shock absorbers of all the from each step.
I see.
So all barefoot runners will toe strike or forefoot strike, whereas people who have got shoes on will either forefoot, midfoot, or heel strike.
Well, this guy that came down to Parkrun on Saturday was well faster than me. He finished well under 20 minutes, I think. So he's pretty quick. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Maybe he's training to do Worcester City half. But mate, you do realise it's a Sunday morning after a night out in town on a Saturday night. There'll be glass all over the floor outside Mackie's. It's I wouldn't fancy running around Worcester. But, you know, thank God you don't run near Dying's Green. There'll be needles all over the shop. Anyway. So one thing I quickly wanted to mention, because I like to keep it perfectly on brand here. Yeah. Finally finished Game of Thrones last night.
Excellent.
So I've watched it first time round, but Laura had never seen it, and we started watching it last year, but we just didn't get round to finishing it over Christmas. And then over the last few weeks and months, we've started to gather a bit of pace again and start to commit to watching a few episodes a week, and then finally finished it yesterday. And to say Laura was a little bit disappointed in the ending was she was not so much disappointed, but she had the same feedback as pretty much the entire population of that was a bit rushed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The end. Yeah.
They tried to cram too much into too little episodes. Yeah. If they'd have doubled the length of the series, so it was twice as many episodes, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, because I think they only had 6 episodes in the last series. And what I find interesting is if you look at IMDb, with all your favourite series, you can see in what order fans have rated each episode. And let's say there's 100 episodes. The bottom 6 episodes are the entire of Series 8, I think it is.
Yeah.
So the last series are all rated the worst. And I don't know. I think that's a bit harsh because 4 of the 6 I thought were really quite good. But the last 2, were just a bit.
Did you struggle with the one battle episode as well, where everybody moaned and they had to turn the brightness up on their TV because it was so dark?
The Night King one.
Yeah.
That was the darkest thing I've ever seen. We watched that at night and we couldn't see anything. It's like Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a particularly dark one. So, but no, overall, pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I didn't mind the last series. I wouldn't say it was brilliant, but I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it, and I thought the conclusion was all right. Was a decent conclusion to the story. It's just people had hyped it up so much in their own head that whatever the ending was, it wouldn't have been good enough for them.
Yeah. And there were nods to the the original story and all that sort of stuff, like Khaleesi kind of losing the plot towards the end. She's echoes of what her dad did or apparently did, and so I think things were addressed, but not, like we just said, a bit rushed. And as an audience, as a watcher, you're sort of going, oh, the story's moved on, but I didn't really feel like I was a part of why it's moved on, if you know what I mean. Because some things get decided off screen or off, and you think, oh, so such and so has just died, but I didn't see that coming. But anyway, so 15 years later, or when did it finish?
About I can't remember.
2015, maybe something like that. So about 10 years. Or was it later than that? Was it
that long ago? I'm gonna have to have
don't
a look.
know. Maybe it was it started around about 2010, didn't it? 2008, 10. Because I didn't jump on the bandwagon first time round until about series 3 or 4, till about 2012, 2013.
It started in 2011.
Did it? I remember starting watching it in 2013. Yeah.
So 2011 was season 1. 2019 was season 8.
Oh, was it? So it went up to, well, I suppose there's one a year. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, anyway, I thought I would mention that. So finally finished it.
Have you watched any of the spin-offs?
No. So that's going to be my next question. Have you seen House of the Dragon or?
No. Apparently House of the Dragon's good, but what's the other one called? Something Night.
Kingdoms, something like that.
The Seven King. No, what is it?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Apparently, that one's better than the House of the Dragon.
Ah, okay, right. Well, Laura and I love. It's a weird niche, but then again, probably a lot of couples like this sort of stuff. We really love a violent counter-terrorism kind of drama. So we are currently watching as well. I'll tell you what I blame. We've got Now TV, and Now TV is actually quite good. So there's some quite good things that have been on Sky years ago.
Yeah.
So like Game of Thrones, for example. So we can watch that. And we've started watching an Eddie Redmayne program called The Day of the Jackal.
Oh yes, that's based on the old series or old film. Yes.
Yeah, and it's excellent. It's brilliant. We're at episode 8 out of 10, and Eddie Redmayne is so good, man. Got a massive man crush on him. He's weird. He's got a weird kind of chilling charm about him.
I was going to say he's got he's got a huge variety in him as an actor.
Yeah.
Of what he can play.
Yeah. So he's this like lone wolf, contract killer for hire, sniper, ex-British Army kind of thing, and he's the way he plays it is brilliant. He's got like this quiet, chilling charm about him, and it's a very good, very very good program. So we hopefully will get that finished in the next few days. But apart from that, no, we're not really watching much else. But
I haven't been watching anything for a while. I haven't had time. So I've watched a few YouTube videos, but that's about it.
What was the last YouTube video you watched, or any memorable ones you've seen?
What did I watch last night whilst I was eating my tea? I watched Beard Meats Foods latest.
Where was he?
It's a very strange thing that I do. is every Sunday I sit down to eat my tea and watch his new video of him absolutely shoving food down his mouth.
Nice.
But yeah, he was. Where was he? He was in Italy, in a town near Venice. It wasn't Venice, and he did this massive, huge sandwich, which only one person had ever done before.
Really?
Yeah, mental.
I reckon you could have him in an eat-off.
I don't.
I've seen you at Alton Towers of the all-you-can-eat pizza.
Yeah. Well, wait
you can hold your own.
Wait until we get to Dirty D's and that donut challenge that we're going to do.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Just looking through my items, what have we mentioned? I think I've mentioned a lot of things I wanted to mention.
Yes.
I'll tell you one thing I watched. Sorry, just quickly. A lad from training. I was talking about this the other night. About Nick Bester came up in conversation, and this guy called Luke Jones, who trains with Worcester, says, "Oh, I beat him at Battersea last week." So Luke ran a 14:51. And he's young. He's about 20, I think, 28, 19, 20. But really nice lad, really. And his brother is actually Ben Jones, who you might recognise the name of. He's won the Worcester Half before, or the Worcester 10K. The Redditch Kingfisher 10K before. He's Cambridge and Coleridge.
Coleridge, yes, I do remember.
And his brother Luke is a really nice lad, yeah. And he's like, yeah. I was like, did you boom shakalaka him as you went past? He said, no, unfortunately not. I couldn't even, I think he was like Josh Kerr going through the mile. He'd lost his ability to hear and see by that point.
Yeah.
But he said he went off really fast, and he went off at 2:40 a K pace. So that's about 4 minute, maybe quicker than 4 minute miling.
That's mental.
And he said he paid for it. He said the last K, he's all in Ks, and he said he did his last K in 3:08. And I was like, oh, that's not too bad. He's like, no, that's devastating. And I was like, oh, maybe for you, a 3:08 is like me running a 5 minute kilometer at the end of a 4 minute, at the end of a 20 minute sub 25K. So yeah, he massively positive splitted, but he managed to get his sub 15.
Yeah. Man,
and he still managed to beat Nick Bester as well. So
excellent.
Double happy.
Excellent. Yeah, that's going some, that is. Talking of going off at a fast pace and trying to hold on. We are now 9 days removed from the second week of Park running the Red Line.
And League of Legends.
And
Legends.
And so last episode, I realised I didn't really go that much into depth in the leaderboard, but that's because I was well behind with actually getting all of the information together, and I hadn't actually compiled it properly, and I was doing it off the top of my head, off the spreadsheet as we went along. But I have actually put some information together now, so I do want to just quickly go over a few of the results from week 1, and then we will also go over the results from week 2. But awesome. So our week 1 top 10. So I did only do top 7, didn't I? Because there was only 7 people that actually beat
we're in the plus
their age grade. But top 10. So in 10th. And this is basically the leaderboard after week 1. So our top 10, we had in 10th, Alan Nutton, dressed as Lamb, with minus 0.76%. So,
which is, in real terms, that's basically running at PB pace, isn't it? That's not far off. Yeah,
it's very close. Yeah. So really good running. In 9th was Nathan Metcalf with minus 0.58%. In 8th was Anton Hardy with minus 0.28%. So
I
again,
must have missed out by a few
very
seconds.
close. Yeah, only a couple
Yeah.
of seconds off. Then we get into the positives. So in 7th was Rodney Lowe, who didn't run a PB, but improved his age grade by 0.04%.
Nice.
6th was Robert Dronzek with plus 0.32%. And I think that was a PB for Robert. I think everybody from this point up all got PBs. So in 5th was Jordan Deere with plus 0.59%. In 4th was you with plus 0.9% improvement. Then in 3rd, we had Mike Lee with plus 1.46%. In 2nd was the Baconator, Sam Bacon, with plus 2.13%. And then in 1st place was Nathan Cleary running an awesome PB and getting plus 2.44%. So,
wow.
Yeah, really good. So that was week 1, which, yeah, we had some really good results, people putting in some really good work. And then we also, on the Instagram, I've also put the leaderboard for the ladies. And after week 1, 6 of our ladies had taken part in Parkrun and had a go. None of them yet have improved on their age grade. But in 6th place, we had Kaylee Pickersgill. 5th was Charlotte Taylor. 4th was Liz Brown. 3rd, Hayley Kirkham. 2nd, Sarah Fox. And in 1st was Sean Morgan. So, yeah, really good first week. But we have now had our 2nd week of Parkrun in the Red Line. So, there was 7 people this week who all improved their age grade.
So it's all changed. Well, not necessarily, but there
yeah.
are new names on the leaderboard.
So on top of the 7 that did it in the first week, we have 7 more.
No way.
On age grade. I know. Incredible. So in 7th place.
Is this just from last week or overall?
So this is just from last week. I have got the new leaderboard, but this is just from last week, from week 2. In 7th was Chris Tamboro, who got a PB and improved his age grade by 0.17%. And I think he ran 20:02.
Oh, so close.
It's so close. So that I'm sure in the next few weeks that will be going down. In 6th place was Liam Hadfield with
legend,
who improved his age grade by 0.24%.
Nice.
Which is great. So 0.25%. And I think that was again another PB. In 5th place was Matt Nichols with an improvement of 0.51%. So 0.5%, which is awesome. Again, was a PB, I think. In 4th was Mark Griffiths with an improvement of 1.04%.
I'm no longer in 4th. Okay.
And then in 3rd was Mark Hurdy-Gurdy.
Way!
Who improved by 1.17%. So 1.17%.
I saw on Instagram that he had a great run.
Yeah.
So, thrilled for Mark. It's been a while. Yeah, good man.
Awesome work from Mark. And then in 2nd was Mike Lee again?
So
no. Mike Lee on both the 18th and the 25th of July. On the 18th, he ran at Strathclyde, and on the 25th, he ran at the Isabel Trail Parkrun. And on both occasions, he had a bit of a Groundhog Day because he ran exactly the same time. So he ran 1943. So in both the first week and the second week, he's had an improvement of 1.46%.
Cool. Well done, mate.
Pretty good. Which is excellent from Mike.
Now, what you've got to do, Mike, is do that 4 more times in a row, and I'll be very impressed.
Yeah. But there is somebody in first place who I'm not going to mention yet from last week, because we'll mention them when we get to the leaderboard.
Okay.
So this is now the overall leaderboard after week 2. So in 10th place is Robert Dronzek with 0.32%. And I've noticed I keep on changing between 0 and 0. So bear with me. Whichever one comes into my head, that's what I'm going to say. But 0.32% for Robert Dronzek. In 9th is Matt Nichols with 0.51%. In 8th is Jordan Deere with 0.59%. In 7th is Andy Maguire with 0.9%.
I'm going down the pecking order now.
In 6th is Mark Griffiths with 1.04%. In 5th is Mark Hurdy-Gurdy with 1.17%. In 4th is Mike Lee with 1.46%. And then we're on to the podium. In 3rd is Sam Bacon.
Baconator.
The Baconator with 2.13%. 2nd is last week's leader, Nathan Cleary, with 2.44%.
Right.
And then in 1st place, with an improvement of 2.79%.
Ooh.
Is...
Oh, God. Oh, for God's sake. It's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about your bloody PB. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, so the day I was going on holiday last week, I decided to have a bit of a crack at Parkrun. And yeah, I went down to Ara Valley. On the way down, I jogged. Well, I say jogged down. I ran down and slowly did a bit of a progressive run. So the last mile I was running at like threshold pace to get used to and try and do a bit of a primer before running. I went down with I wore like just a pair of split shorts and wore a belt so I could have my other camera and stuff with me and my phone. And then Lisa Thomas, who was ace, I said, will you hold on to my belt so I can have a little bit less weight when I'm running? She was like, yeah, no problem, because she was marshalling. And I did something I've never done before because I wanted both of my hands to be able to get a bit more momentum. So I put a hat on. I put a hat on and put a head cam on. So rather than holding the camera, I put the camera on my head, which was weird. Did
you feel like you were in a 90s boy band?
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel every time I put one on.
I feel strange running in a hat. I don't normally do it. But anyway, put the head cam on. And the night before, Adam Hill had messaged me and said, so when does the pacer want pacing? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. You've mentioned that, because I was thinking of having a crack tomorrow. And he was like, oh, I'm pacing Lee tomorrow. But what are you going for? And I said, well, I'm going to go for it and try and go as fast as I can. He said, all right, then cool. I will do the first mile at your sort of pace and then pick it up in the second mile. And that is exactly what they did. But we set off And I felt really good and got carried away. So I led the pack for the first mile. And Adam said to me afterwards, he went, "You probably would have run quicker if you'd have sat behind me on that first mile." And I was like, "I know, I got carried away. I just went for it." So I led everybody for that first mile. And then as we got to the end of the first mile, 3 of them went round me, Adam, Lee, and I'm not sure who the other guy was, what his name was, but they all went round me and just disappeared off into the distance. And as they were disappearing, I thought, man, this is going to be a hard last 2 mile now.
Were you slowing down or were they speeding up?
I'm all on my own. They sped up because I've looked at my splits and I ran a faster second mile than I ran the first mile.
Oh, right.
So it was just a case of chasing them and trying to keep them in eyesight.
Yeah.
But let me actually get up the split so I can tell you. But I felt great in that first mile, and that's why I didn't sit behind anybody. I just thought, right, I'm just gonna go for it. So that first mile I ran in 5:23. Sorry, I lie. I didn't run as fast a second mile. That was this week. I did that. No, I ran a 5:23 for the first mile. And then they started to disappear. And I was like, this is going to be a lonely last 2 miles now because people behind weren't that close. And then they were going. So I managed to run second mile in 5:30. And then I was like, I've just got to hang on now. I've just got to go for it. And I ran the third mile in 5:28.
Nice.
And then the last 0.1 of a mile, I managed to get down to 5:19 pace.
That's almost as fast as my last 0.1 of a mile. Pace in 23. Sorry, carry on.
Brilliant. But so very happy to keep all of the miles under 5:30 a mile, which is what the aim was really. And I crossed the finish line and I was out of it really when I crossed the finish line, and I pressed stop on my watch and I thought I pressed stop and I looked down and I think I'd press lap. And I was like, oh, what am I doing? And then finally press stop. So my watch stopped on 17:03.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, have I done it? I don't know, because I've stopped my watch, but it's over 17.
Yeah.
But then the official results came back and I managed to come out with a 16:56.
Wow. Sub 17, baby.
So I have managed to do what I always wanted to, which is a sub 17, but I always wanted to break 17 at Ara Valley. And I've managed to do it. So mega happy.
You would have been on that document, wouldn't you? You would have been on that page.
Yeah, on Parkrun if I hadn't got rid of all of the if I hadn't got rid of all the data. I would have been up there. But that means I knocked 2.79% off my age grade because I ran 19 second PB, which is what you did, isn't it? You knocked 19 seconds off when you ran.
Oh, yeah. I did, yeah.
Yeah, I knocked 19 seconds off. So, proper happy. And it's mad to think that a month ago I could hardly walk and running was really painful. And then I stopped taking creatine, and a month later I'm running.
Do you reckon?
PB.
Do you reckon that's what it's been?
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
How are the pain levels nowadays?
Perfectly fine. I've still got a bit in my left calf, but I've had that for the last couple of years. And I've got a bit of sciatica type of stuff on my right hand side, but it's manageable and it's not that painful compared to how it was when I was taking creatine. I'd say the level's gone from a 9 down to a 1 or 2.
Wow. Because I bet you there's so many people that gym and run at the same time, and they use creatine because obviously of the muscle. Is it mainly development or is it recovery? I don't know what creatine does.
it's so your muscles can develop by recovering better, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Because when you do your weightlifting, you're breaking down the muscle and putting little tears into your muscle. And
Yeah.
creatine helps hold on to water, which helps repair faster.
Right.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor, so I ain't got a clue really. But yeah. So I am now a 16:56 5K, which blows my mind. I don't understand quite how I managed to do it, but here we are.
That is nothing short of like. I tell you, who wasn't happy, Mum.
Yeah, I know, especially after PBing on the Wednesday. What was it? Thursday night.
Oh, I'm so happy for you through gritted teeth. Oh,
yeah.
do you know, Mum has just gone. I don't know if Mum will be listening to this, but Mum, this may be useful information for you. You are now, because of your PB that you did with the Quiney boys up in Womborne, you are now 1 second faster over the 5K than Beardy Rich.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
He's gonna love that. He's gonna absolutely. I said to Beardy Rich, we need a showdown.
Although I did see on his video that his chip time was 17:40. Although it wasn't chip time, was it? It was the same as Parkrun, somebody with the stopwatch.
Yeah.
So his official finish time was 17:40, but his watch said 17:37. Was it?
You try telling Mum that.
I know.
He will spit at you.
Yeah.
Let's get Beardy Rich and Mum lining up next door to each other. That could be the race that everybody needs to see.
Definitely.
Excellent. Oh, mate, you must be absolutely buzzing.
Yeah. Well,
sub 17. So that's 90. I've realised I only did 15 seconds. So you to have found 19 seconds. What? How many extra a mile is that? That's mad. 6 seconds a mile.
Hang on, 19 is just over 6. Yeah, 6 seconds a mile because you've got the 0.1, haven't you? So 6 seconds a mile.
Mad. Yeah, that's quick. Do you reckon you've got more in you?
Possibly on a flat course.
Do you dare to dream of a sub 16?
Oh no, I don't think I can get down to sub 16. But I did have a look before I went down on that Saturday. I did have a look at B&R records.
Yeah.
And the over 45s Parkrun record is 16:49.
Oh, that's well within reach.
So,
do you know who holds it?
Someone
you know?
No. It was done quite a while back as well, I think. Hang on. I'll find it. Where is it? Here we go. Parkrun M45 is a guy called Richard Malin who ran it in 2014.
Oh, so it's a long-standing record then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dickie Malin. Brett's coming after you. He's coming for you.
Yeah, so we shall see.
So how many times a year do you normally try and go for a 5K PB? Because there are people that will go for it every week. You don't do that very often, do you?
No, I normally do it once a year. But I really go for it, yeah. Because there's so many other races and you don't want to try and like squeeze in loads of track races and a fast parkrun or fast 5K, or if you're training for a marathon or a half marathon, you don't really want to go and try an all-out 5K. So
are you feeling satisfied then with that time? And you've got
at the
desire?
moment, yeah. But with parkrun in the red line there and the possibility of a fast last week, you never know, do you?
Yeah, you could be usurped by someone like Mark Hurdy-Gurdy. He could be coming for you.
Yeah.
So you ran nearly 20 seconds and it was 2 point what % increase?
2.79%.
Right. Okay. So we all need to up our game. We all need to up our game. Will he win? Are you going to send yourself a mug if you win?
No, I'm ineligible to win the competition.
I don't know about that. I think you're more than eligible. I think it's fair game. We'll check the results. We'll triple check them. But apart from that, we'll just
yeah, exactly. But the only other thing to go through with Parkrun in the Red Line from week 2 is I went through the results and I thought, hang on a minute here. I think we need a stewards inquiry here. So, can you remember when we started the challenge and we were like, imagine if somebody's only done 1 or 2 parkruns and then goes and absolutely smashes it. And we were like, oh yeah, they've got to have done a few parkruns. There was someone who sneaked in and has done us because
20% increase.
Because after seeing the result, I was like, that can't be right. So I went and did a little bit of digging.
Yeah.
And previous to running on the 25th of July, they had done 2 parkruns.
Yeah.
Both in August last year.
Okay.
And they were both at a parkrun called Wendover Woods, which
hilly.
When I researched it, it's apparently one of the hardest parkruns in the UK.
Okay.
So their parkrun PB and age grade was from running at one of the hardest parkruns, which is obviously going to be a handicap for them.
Yeah.
And they ran 25-24 and 26-14 at Wendover Woods.
Yeah.
Anyway, on their third parkrun, as week 2 of Parkrun in the Red Line, they went out and run 19-28 and got an improvement of 16%, which is unbeatable. But I'm saying we need a bit of a stewards inquiry. So George Kelly, you played us very, very well. And
Georgie boy,
I can't believe we didn't spot it in the organisation of it. But I'm not sure it would be fair on everybody else in the competition if we allowed someone who has done 2 parkruns at a very hard parkrun to come and break their PB by nearly 6 minutes and get a 16% improvement. I'm not sure if that's allowed. That's got a big asterisk against it.
I think that's what they call playing the system.
Yes. So, as I say, we need a bit of a stewards inquiry. So, at the moment, I would be in second and George would be in first with 16%. But I'm going to throw it out to the listeners as a bit of a stewards inquiry. And what do you think? Should we allow someone who has done 2 very hard parkruns and handicap themselves to have a 16% improvement? That is unbeatable. Or do we take 19-28 as his starting point?
Should George have to do a forfeit?
Yeah.
Should George have to run sub 1928 at Wendover Woods?
Yeah. So I'm going to open it out to the floor and ask everybody what they think. So,
in the interest of fairness, let us all know what you think. runtheredlinepod@gmail.com.
Yes.
Well,
your mic has just gone a bit dodgy. I don't know whether you hit the cable or something, or
okay,
it just went a bit crackly. It just went crackly.
Oh, okay. I think I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, Shall we move on to comments and emails?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we've got a couple to read out, haven't we?
Yes. Shall I get to the comments? Right. So, first one is from back on episode 115, which we haven't got to yet. And the first one is from our mate Gary Manders. And he says, "Well done, Brett. Coke only and none of that Council Pop Pepsi." I couldn't
He's old
agree
school,
more.
isn't he? He's old
Couldn't
school.
agree more, Gary. Yeah. Coca-Cola is the one. Next one is from Orbit Wellbeing Festival, which is
David Lindsay.
which is Orbit Events. And they have put a comment on just for you.
Just for me?
Yeah, just for you. And it says, "Thank you, Andy, for your participation and continued support of our events. The Parkgate pub closed unexpectedly." Sorry, I can't speak today. The Parkgate pub closed unexpectedly, and which meant we no longer had the venue as a base for car park, toilets, registration, etc. We are over the moon with the positive feedback about timber trails and looking forward to it growing with a trail run community.
Excellent. I think the race was excellent. Really, really good.
Yeah, it did look a good one.
Yeah, I think running what was it? Was it 6 miles? Just over 6 miles, 6.5 miles, I think it was. So it wasn't 10K. It was hard, but it was within the realms of this isn't too hard. Because if something's too hard, you just don't want to do it. But if it's too easy, you think, well, for the same reason, I don't want to do it. But it was just the right amount of difficulty. And it was very challenging, but a lot of fun. So a great event.
Yeah. And they've got another one coming up very soon, haven't they? Which we are on the verge of entering.
Yeah, soon. I was just going to wait to get paid, and then I'll be signing up to the Timberhonga 10K for sure.
Yeah, the Timberhonga is coming up. That's a great race. So yeah,
it's good fun.
Looking forward to hopefully being able to run it this year rather than watching from the top of the hill and watching Mom walk up there.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
Mom doing an Alex.
Mom Bowden. Did you hear, by the way, a few months ago, Alex was on Momcast?
Yes,
he's gone down in history as the worst ever Goldie on guitar contestant. He was absolutely brilliant. Oh, just so good. So good.
He was answering those questions at walking pace as well. Sorry, Alex. Right. Next one is from Lee Chesterton. And he says, "I've not run for a while. So if I run a 1 hour park run at my new age group and then run a 30-minute, I'll have improved by 30 minutes. Is that right?" And we've got another one trying to play the system here.
Lee.
Not quite, Lee. We're going off your Parkrun PB age grade. So whatever the highest age grade you've ever had, and that is what you are trying to improve on. So yeah. Next one is from David Atkins, and he says, "Another great showing, although I do think the episode title should have been It's Coming Drone." Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, that was back in the days when we were just in the World Cup and everything was we were all still full of hope.
Yeah, but there we go. Was hoping for a last-minute entry for Parkrun in the Red Line, but forgot the password on the email. No, we got your email, and we got the follow-up email with the password, and you are in, David. Shame you guys missed the 5K in Telford a few weeks back. From what I've seen, the revised course was even faster than previously. Last year's 10K route, but ending straight after the little rise at the end of the first lap.
Oh, God, imagine that was your finish sprint as well up that hill.
Yeah.
It's probably the best place to put it, isn't it? Right at the very, very end. If that hill's going to go in somewhere, you're going to really try and attack that hill.
Yeah.
But it's
But,
only,
yeah.
that hill was only 30, 40 yards long, wasn't it? But it was
Yeah.
steep,
Yeah, it was
steep
just
enough.
a short, steep, incline. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is a shame, but maybe next time. Then there were no comments on episode 116 by the look of it. So we're moving straight on to 117 with old Baconator. And the first comment is from the Baconator himself. And he says the title with several laughing emojis and then a rude word that he's called us.
What was it again?
The title, which I must admit, as soon as we said we were going to get him onto the pod, I had that title ready to go for the podcast. So I didn't even need to search for a song title because I went for Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge.
Oh, the Baconators. He's done you. You've been done.
Next one is from Hedge Donkey. And he says, great episode. As a YouTube sado, I enjoyed seeing all the channels I follow on a meetup. I love the not so subtly trolling of Brett with a subliminal pair of leanings in Sam's video, sitting in pride of place on top of 2 Adidas shoe boxes. And I did spot that, but I knew what he was doing, trying to goad me into it. So I didn't mention it.
You didn't write. You rose above it.
Yes, yeah, I rose way above it. But yeah, brilliant. Thanks for that. Next one is from It's Ghost Pepper, and this is Nathan Cleary, who was at the top of the leaderboard after week 1.
Before you dethroned him. Yeah.
And he says, hey lads, Nath here. Great episode and really cool to get to know Sam a bit, as I hadn't come across his channel before. Cheers for Parkrun in the red line shout out. I pushed hard, but definitely didn't expect to be leading week 1 of the challenge. I'm over the moon. Was a 53-second PB for me, but I fear that the 2.44% improvement won't hold for long at all. After all this trying to run fast at Parkrun malarkey, I'm back to training for the Green Man Ultra 30-miler in August. Can't wait to see how rapid everyone else can go next week.
Wicked.
And then Sam replied to his comment saying, Nathan, I'm furious you took the top spot from me. Incredible run, and it's going to be a big one to try and beat for sure. I'm going to give it a go on the final week down at Battersea Park if you're about for a showdown. Always brings out the best in us.
Wow, we've talked about this, haven't we?
Yes.
And we could be heading down south.
Yes, we shall see.
For that.
Yeah. Next comment is from This Guy Runs, our mate Alex. And he says, great episode, lads. Sam spoke incredibly well and seemed like he was a regular on the pod. Class. Yeah, he was a very good guest, I will say that.
Yes.
And then Alex also says, however, this hill slander I get.
However, can you stop slagging me off?
It's a good job that I love you both. Keep up the good work, chaps.
Sorry, mate.
Next one is from James Phillips, and he says, another great podcast. Listening to Andy and his zapper made me wonder if either of you test a 9-volt battery by putting it on your tongue like I do. Yes, that's old school.
Yes, that is. Yeah, I haven't done that for a long time.
Yeah, putting it on your tongue.
It sizzles a bit.
And then, tastes all metallic, doesn't it? Afterwards?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Then this one's from Seven Stride, and he said, lads, huge congrats to Andy, Sam, and now Brett on those shiny new PBs. Love to see it. If you've popped over to my channel recently, if not, why not? You'll see I'm currently building up for my very first marathon in Chester this October. I wanted to pick your brains on a bit of training logic. How do you feel about running over marathon distance in training? I want to hit that distance beforehand, so on race day, I know I can handle the mileage, and all that's left to control is pace. Curious to hear your thoughts. Keep on doing what you're doing. Brilliant work as always, Ben and Dave.
Ben and Dave.
Well, it's
I
Ben,
called
Ben slash Dave.
Well, I called Ben Dave when I saw him at the Iron Bridge Park. That's Ben. All right, Dave.
Yes, you did.
So yeah, we're just going to call you Dave.
Brilliant.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Ben and Natalie, who I've met a few times.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have known better.
So,
Than to call
what
bloody
do
Dave.
you think?
That's what I do. If in doubt, I just call people Dave and just hope they're called Dave.
All right, Dave. What's that in? Oh, it's Only Fools and Horses, isn't he? He always calls Rodney Dave.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think about running over marathon distance in training?
I think the key thing is, if you can recover, you can run 100 mile if you want.
Yeah.
But you probably can't recover. So why would you do it to yourself?
My issue. I would never run marathon distance during training. The whole point of training is to try and do that distance, not to know that you can do the distance. It's to train to be able to do the distance.
Yeah. I mean, from the marathons I've done, the key thing that I've learned is that the one thing that gets you ready for the marathon is the consistent fatigue, if that makes sense, that you put yourself through before having a little teeny tiny break just before the calm before the storm, which is your taper. And you need to keep doing those weekly, interval sessions, and then your easy stuff, and then your long runs, and just don't interrupt the flow of those regular runs by doing, a 50-mile ultra. You don't need to do it unless you really want to, of course. Yeah. But if you want to really, really smash your marathon, then probably not a good idea to exceed, I'd say definitely no more than 23. Most people won't go above 18 or 20 miles.
Yeah, 20 is my limit for a training run in a marathon block.
23 is probably a bit.
Yeah, I think after 20 miles, it takes too long for your body to recover to then gain any advantage from the rest of your training. Yeah. So once you hit that 20 miles that I do, that's when I start to taper, because you need the extra rest to fully recover from that 20 miler, so that when you get to the race, you are able to race and actually do your best in the race. Because if you're not fully recovered, you're never going to be able to race well.
Yeah.
So I personally wouldn't go over.
Yeah, just build towards. What I always like to do is I like to build towards 3 quality Sunday long runs, or Saturday. Could be a Saturday if you were a Saturday long runner. But if you are doing Saturday long runs, that's just wrong. But if you can just build towards 3 quality Sunday long runs before you taper, I think that's really my target. Those 3 quality long runs are always my bread and butter for marathon training. Because you could argue that the long runs are the most important part of the of the process. And if you haven't been getting the long runs in, that's probably the number one thing that people admit. After I went out too fast, that's probably the number one thing that people admit that they missed or didn't quite get right in their training block, that they just didn't put enough long runs in there. And I don't know, I think if you can prioritize getting those quality long runs in there, but don't fall into the trap of thinking you need to run a marathon. Because did Dave say it's going to be did Ben say it's going to be his first marathon?
It's his first. Yeah, Dave did. I personally wouldn't. You're training to be able to complete the distance on race day. You don't want to run. You don't want to run your race in training and then get to race day and perform terribly.
And it's part of the fun. It's part of the fun. Get to 20 mile. Get to 32K.
That jeopardy. Jeopardy.
And you think, okay, I am swimming. I'm no longer in the shallows now. I am out in the riptide and I don't know what's going to happen. I have got
Yeah.
6 miles or 10K to complete that I've never, ever trained for. And you can't really train for that last 10K in a marathon. But that's part of the fun. That's part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just do all you can up to a certain distance. Make sure you're recovering for your weekly sessions because they're the most important things. And you'll be fine.
Yeah. But best of luck with the training and let us know how it's going all the way up till October.
So, if you want to tune into Dave's YouTube channel, it's 7 Stride. Tell him we sent you. Say hello to Dave.
Yeah, tell Dave we sent you.
Say Brett and Andy say hi, Dave.
And then the last one is from Runs with Rodders, and he says, loving my 0.04% increase. I've done a bit better today though. Spoiler alert for next week. Spoiler alert.
Yes. So because we're reading out last week's results, we've still got a whole new set of results to go through next week. Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So there we go.
Right, we've got 3 emails to read, and one of them is...
I would leave the one I said earlier, leave that till next week.
Oh, okay.
Just do the 2 new ones because we're on 2 hours 10 already.
Yeah, okay.
And that's going to be a very long story when I get into it.
Okay, well, that just to put you off another week, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul emailed on the 31st of May. We still haven't gotten back to reading it out. So here comes Bob.
You got lost.
Mate.
Yeah, because you emailed and then we had the break. And then when we came back after the break, we forgot that you emailed. Yeah. And so I remembered. And then, but there we go.
We shall get to you. Right, this is from Dan Hunt, and he's titled this Metaspeed Tokyo. Said, it's so great to see you both back, lads. Sunday long runs are not the same without you. First off, I've got to agree with Brett about the not needing butter on bread. The sauce does the job.
Excellent.
I thought I was the only person that does this, and my girlfriend thinks that I'm weird. Then Brett said he does the same, and I was like, yes, another person on my level. Second, well done. The second well done. So the first well done was to you for having no butter on your bread. The second well done is to Andy on his PB, and we all knew that you had it in you. Bit of training, and that sub 19 is easy in the bank. But because Andy has hyped up the Tokyos, I now need to try these for myself. My only issue is what colour to go for. There's red, green, blue, or white/purple. However, I like the vests that match, but Asics only make vests for blue and purple. So it's a hard one. Maybe you can help. Again, great that you're back. Keep up the good work. So, yes, matchy is very important, isn't it?
Are the blue ones the one that you've got, or are those the purple ones?
I've got the white with a splash of purple.
Oh, they're the purple ones.
Yeah. What I will say, Dan, is that wearing white super shoes on race day is a tried and tested formula to get a PB.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Look good, feel good, look fast, feel fast.
That's it. I don't know what it is, because you save your best for best, and you don't get them dirty wearing them on sort of grubby, mucky training runs. Get them out of the box, stick them on your feet, get them dancers dancing, and you'll get your PB. I have never worn white, race day shoes, I don't think, until I bought the Asics Metaspeed Sky Tokyos. What I will say is I haven't tested them beyond a half marathon. Now, my good friend from Worcester AC, Henry Pugh, wore them for London and has still said the jury's out about them because he didn't know if they helped or hindered. He said they kind of had a vaporfly feel about them and feel more leaning towards wearing for shorter amounts of time and running quicker in them. Okay. I can vouch for that because I've worn them for a half and did a 1:32, so 3 minutes slower than my PB, but I wasn't quite in PB shape, so that's not a fair test. And it was a hard course. But I wore them on my feet for 5K and I chopped 15 seconds off for the 5K. So they're obviously a decent shoe. It's just whether you want to take the risk to get them on your feet for a marathon. I don't know. But I really like them, and I probably, when I do Telford in December, probably will go for them. Then again, I'm going to get them filthy, aren't I? Because Telford's normally quite a dirty course. Anyway, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I very much recommend them. And to answer your question about colours, so we've got red, green, blue, or white/purple. I would go white/purple.
I love your colourway. I think they look great.
I think they're up there with one of the most attractive shoes I've ever bought. I really do. So I was in that predicament. And I'm not keen on the green because that was the release Ekiden colourway, I think.
Yes, yeah.
And I don't know why.
It's like a fluorescent yellowy green, isn't it?
Yeah. So I wasn't madly keen on that. But the blue, I think, looked quite nice. I do like them in blue. And they also look pretty bold in red as well. And they do say that red is the number one colour for, achieving high standards within sport. So you could be onto a winner if you wear red. But my personal preference would be white/purple. Yeah. So cheers, Dan. Thanks for your email. And the last one we're going to read out is Conrad. And he says, hi, Andy and Brett. Just wanted to mail in to give you guys my congrats. Brett, fantastic 5K PB. What a run. Stress fractures are so last year. Really tough for you. And also, sub 17 blows my mind. It really does.
As well.
And Andy and Laura, huge congrats on the news that you're going to be parents. Our three are all very much grown up now, but I well remember the day that Claire told me that she was pregnant with our first. It was about 5 a.m. and she woke me up to tell me because she was so excited. I was terrified, to be honest, but parenthood is amazing. Quite like a marathon, actually. Very tiring, bloody hard work, but also one of the greatest things that you can ever do. Cheers, Con. And he says here, he's writing from his air-conditioned Crete hotel as Claire and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary without the kids. We've left them back in England, and I'm also mid-marathon training out here. It's like going away to do a hilly heat training camp. I love that. He's on an anniversary trip away, and he's calling it a marathon training camp. Yeah, thank you so much, Con. And yes,
I was going to say, you haven't dropped it, and you've announced it whilst reading an email.
Yeah, I actually didn't remember that Con had actually mentioned that in his email because I just read it without actually proofreading it first. But yes, gonna be a dad. Absolutely just beyond nervous and beyond scared. Don't have a clue what I'm doing. But you know how people say that and you're like, come on, you're going to be fine. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. When my sister had her kids, she was like, oh, do you want to have a go changing the nappies? I was like, no, don't be stupid. She was asking me if I wanted to do these basic things, and I just run a mile.
That's not mine. That's yours.
That's yours. No, I'm just the fun uncle that takes them to blooming safari park. But yes, I genuinely don't know what to do. But the only thing I know what to do is to keep Laura happy. That's my main focus, because she will kill me for saying this. But she's the hormones have been flying already, and I think I've been annoying her by just sort of being me a little bit. So sometimes I have to be a little bit less me, which is hard. Like the other morning, she came up to me and she was like, you have done 2 things already that have annoyed me. It was about 7 a.m. I was like, I don't know what I've done. She's like, I told you to empty the dishwasher last night. You haven't. And I'm just, all these things that I said I would do to just let Laura rest, I'm just not doing. So I do need to pull my socks up. I do need to do my chores. But yes, feeling very overwhelmed, I think is the word.
Mate, it's incredible. And, it really is awesome.
So a future guest for the podcast, maybe.
Yes.
And Hopefully a future parkrun champion. Could you imagine that? But another big question is, do I get the parkrun buggy? Do I get the 5K buggy?
Oh,
I
you're
think
gonna
I've
have
got
to,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to. That was probably my favourite reaction, by the way, from anyone that I've told the news to, was Adam Hill saying, amongst everyone going, oh, congrats. Adam's like, you're going to be one of those knobheads with a buggy, aren't you? So, yeah, that was probably my favourite reaction yet. But, yes, we will see what happens. We've got D-Day is the end of January. And,
Excellent.
yeah, so
Yeah.
all is going well at the
Yeah.
moment.
Massive congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome news.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's quite something. So little baby Elliot will be with us in no time.
Elliot. Elliot Maguire.
Oh, it's a good name. It's a good name.
Yes, I'm not sure how Laura would feel about
that. Elliot if it's boy, Elliot if it's a girl. Well, there are reports. I've heard people say that it's been left to the dad to go to the registry office to fill in all the, the paperwork about the birth of the baby and all that. And some dads have got down the registry office and forgot, for example, the middle name of what they've decided. So they've just made one up, like Bruce or Brian or something, and that's how their middle name has become their middle name because their wife wasn't with them at the time, and that's what I'm worried will happen to me.
Yeah.
So I just need constant supervision. So yeah, Laura's thrilled about this pregnancy. Yeah. There's going to be two of us to look after.
Brilliant.
So yeah, happy days.
Right. So looking at the time, there's one last thing to do, and that is the Strava segment. And luckily, I remembered this last night and took some screenshots of the leaderboard because it is now all changed because it's a new week. So I'm glad I remembered. So the week that we are on, it's not last week, it's the week before.
Yeah. Just pretend this is your normal Sunday morning podcast. Yeah.
And in our distance, he is back with 100.1 miles.
Adam Mays.
It is Adam Mays yet again. Amazing work.
That's amazing consistency.
Yeah. In second place is Ryan Baker with 88 miles on the nose. And third place is Craig Knowles with 84 miles on the nose. That is a great looking
that's some big miles. There.
We've got 100.1, 88 exactly, and 84 exactly.
That's it's a big week.
Wicked.
Big week.
Then for our climbing, in first place. Now you're gonna have to get your son down to hear this, and you can celebrate in his face. It is Jackie Wilson.
Overall,
with 10,814 foot of climbing.
10,000 feet.
Yeah. Which is amazing. So nearly 11,000.
That's up and down Ben Nevis 3 times.
Yeah. Pretty good, isn't it? And then in second place, Adrian Pickersgill with 10,246 foot. So only just in second place.
Blind. Imagine getting 10,000 feet of elevation and not winning.
I know. And then in third place is Here Comes Bod, which is Paul Brogdon.
Yeah.
With, and he's going to be gutted about this, 9,990 foot.
10 more feet.
Yeah. But that's a great climbing leaderboard as well. So awesome work from everybody.
All he
And
needed to
then
do
for our
was the
ladies,
hot-
top
all
three
it-
in distance. First
all he
place,
needed-
Chloe Hammard.
Yeah,
Sorry, were you saying something?
I was sorry. I had a joke. It's gone way past the being.
We
Wasn't funny. in the
can
first place.
rewind. Hang on.
And say all you need to do, Paul, is run the height of Mac Ashworth, and you would have done it.
Still worked. Still good. The
Oh, good.
time wasn't gone. It's fine.
It was worth it. I'm glad.
So for our ladies, in first place was Chloe Hammard with 64.7 miles. In second, Rachel Watson with 60.1 miles. And in third was Jackie Wilson with 54.4 miles. So that means she did 10,814 foot of climbing in 54.4 miles.
Wow.
Incredible.
I wonder if Jackie did the Lakeland 50. Because that sounds like it could have been that race. And that is the Lake District has an ultra. I think you could do the 100 as well. And it's basically running up and down mountains for like 24 hours.
Wow.
It's not everyone's cup of tea,
No.
but wow. No. If that's what you did, Jackie, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But well done to everybody.
And then our climbing, in first is Stephanie Parker with 4,163 foot. Second is Judith Kent with 2,936 foot. And third, Ash Spedding with 2,454 foot.
Excellent.
So awesome work from everybody this week. Well, 2 weeks ago.
Yes. So we're going to be back recording again, we think, next Monday, don't we? So we're going to still be a week behind.
So, yeah, unfortunately, we're struggling to find time to record on our usual days. So we are a bit behind, as you can tell, because we're on Monday rather than a Friday. So it will be coming out as soon as I can get it out. Hopefully, it will be out tomorrow morning. We shall see. Yeah, the next couple of weeks, we're going to be recording on Monday. So I will get the pod out as soon as I can after we finish recording. But yeah, if you can bear with us for this next couple of weeks, we will then be back to normal very soon.
Yeah. But I think that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that is about it. So on that, we shall say thank you so much for watching or listening. And please, everybody, join me in congratulating Andy and Laura with their amazing news. So, yeah, we shall see you next week. Cheers, guys.
Cheers all. See you soon.